Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So I'm going to Scott Selections here for Thursday, June 29th. For again, today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in baseball with the Rays team total over 4.5 runs at minus 135 on DraftKings. Line closed at 5.5. Did not matter. Looked like we were completely dead as Tampa scored 0 runs against Zach Davies and part of the Arizona bullpen. No runs going into the ninth inning. And then we suddenly had a life because Tampa scored 3 runs in the ninth inning, had a guy on base, and Siri hit a long fly ball to the outfield. Unfortunately, the ball died at the warning track, roughly 3 feet away from us winning the bet. But I can't call it a bad beat because, once again, they had no runs in 8 innings and needed 5 in the ninth, scored 3, and unfortunately could not get extras as Tampa won 3-2. I still can't believe they didn't score against Davies. That's just embarrassing in its own right. But still, either way, pick up a loss, look for a winner here on Thursday. And for today's play of the day, going to transition over to basketball. Going to look at a WNBA matchup between the Lynx and the Storm, taking place at around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this game, going to take the over 163.5 at minus 110 on FanDuel. Time recording of 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take the over in this game. First reason, both teams not great defensively so far this season. Seattle's allowing 85.4 points per game, which is the third most in the league, while Minnesota is allowing 83.6 points per game, which is the sixth most in the league. Now, recently, both teams defensively have still been really bad, as the Lynx have allowed at least 89 points in 3 of their last 4 games, and Seattle's been consistently bad, as the Storm have allowed at least 80 points in 5 of their last 6 games. Plus, these teams actually just played against each other. They played on Tuesday in Minnesota, and that game was a track meet. Minnesota won the game 104-93, a total of 197 points. And now in the immediate rematch, the total is roughly 33 or 34 points lower than where the first game landed. I think this total's too low, simply put. And the crazy part is that Seattle scored 93 points. Is the fact that Jewel Lloyd, Seattle's best player, only went 4 for 18 from the floor, and they still scored 93 points. So I think Lloyd's going to play better. I think Seattle could go off for potentially 90 again in this game. And Minnesota was able to have a lot of success in the paint in the last meeting, as they scored 54 points in the paint. Collier had a great game, 30-plus points. I think that's pretty sustainable because Seattle is allowing the most points in the paint per game. So I do think you're going to see Minnesota once again have a lot of success in the paint. I think you'll see Seattle once again be able to push the pace, and I think Lloyd's going to shoot a lot better. And as a result, you should see this game go over. And I'm going to take the over because instead of the team totals or anything like that, because I do think you will see some defensive adjustments. But I do think once again, both these teams scored north of 90, and there was still room for improvement for both teams offensively. So I think that you're going to see a little bit of a regression. I'm not expecting 190 again, but do I expect to see each team score 80 points in this game? Probably. So I'll go with the over, and I think you'll probably see it land somewhere in the 170s. But if you want to go through a trend here, the over has done very well when these teams get together. The over is 14-3 in the last 17 meetings. But simply put, you have two pretty underwhelming defenses, especially based on recent form, and a rematch of a game that just landed 197. I think 163.5 is too low. I expect to see a lot of over money coming in. Line should probably close a couple points higher than this, so I'll get in early, and hopefully it ends up cashing. So play that once again here for Thursday, June 29th is going to be on the Lynx and the Storm over 163.5 at minus 110 on FanDuel. Bye, everyone.